Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to another video. Alright, let's check it out what we got for you right now. We have a 143 scale Volvo GLT. And this is the US version of it. That's why it says USA next to it. Now, if you're familiar with the Volvo GLT, it was basically a Volvo 200 series, but it was formed for the US, their rules. They had, if you know the USA, they put some rules, especially with like the headlights and the bumpers. There has to be some type of way. Back in the days, a lot of the European cars, instead of having the regular, like they used to, like the Mercedes Benz and BMW, they had to put quad headlights or special type of headlights that were required for the US market. And the same thing, not sure about the Canadian market, but I know for the US market. Now, this one, it was basically, they started, the GLT model started after 1981. So this is 1981 model. But it's basically the Volvo 200 series station wagon. I gotta tell you, it looks, and this one I could say because I remember seeing them on the roads. They were quite popular back in the 80s. Even till today's date, you still see them on the roads because they were, very well, Volvo is very reliable. They all know about it, how famous for being a reliable car. They have a very good reputation. And you still see quite a few of them on the road. Not many of them because it's still a 40 something year old car, but you still see some of them on the road because they were reliable and they were good and people liked them a lot. A lot of people may say, wow, they were such a rectangular car, boring lines, but it's not boring lines. It was just different than other cars. And sometimes people cannot see the eye. Not everyone has to go with the flow. Oh, okay, tomorrow one car come out with round headlights, we all have to make them round headlights. Or tomorrow a car comes with five doors instead of four, and we all gotta make five doors. No, Volvo always had their own looks until like the mid 2000s. No, I'm sorry. Until like the mid 1990s. I will say 95, 96. They started with the round looks more like when the S80 came out. Because until then, Volvo, the A50 and the V90, they were still very squarish. But when the S80 came out, I think 1998, if I'm not mistaken, that's when it started being all radical and making them round and making attractive to other people beyond the Volvo lovers. But going back with this car, the way it looks is exactly the way they looked in real life. Quad headlights, different from the European headlights. It had that alloy wheels looked exactly how they looked in real life. Beyond that, I don't think it was much more difference. Maybe the bumpers, I think the US bumpers were bigger than the regular bumpers from the European market. But beyond that, they basically have the same looks. Now, engine wise, Volvos, they didn't have a very powerful engines. They were between 1.8 to 2.9. They had a bigger engine, the 2.9, which was a V6, and the 2.7 was also a V6. But beyond that, most of the 200 series were four cylinders. And built wise, they were built in, they had a few assembly lines. They had one in Sweden, actually two in Sweden, one in Australia, one in Belgium, one in Canada, one in Italy, and another one Malaysia, Singapore, and in Thailand. And last but not least, it had one in Indonesia. I guess the Asian market were very fond of Volvos. Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia. I didn't expect that. I don't remember seeing a lot of Volvos in when I see videos or pictures of South Asia countries, but maybe they are. Now I didn't see them. All right, guys, I'm gonna let it go around a few times, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. What do you guys think about the old school Volvos, like the old school Swedish cars, especially Volvos? Let's keep it with Volvo. The squarish looks. Did you like them? Did you find them to be attractive in their own way? Because they were. I would say by the early '90s, you didn't see many squarish cars like that no more. Beyond the American cars, because American cars always been very like large and kind of squarish in their own little way. But for a European brand, it was very unusual beyond Volvo to see any like square looking cars. But I think that was their specialty, and that's why they made them attractive and unique. Everybody knew what a Volvo looked like from a very long distance. You could definitely point view a Volvo from quite a far away distance because they look different from any other car. Have you ever drove one of these? Have you ever owned one of these? Or you like me that you just have them on a diecast and that's the best we can make it out. They don't go as cheap. I think there's going to be little by little the Volvo 200 series. It's going to be like a classic that everybody wants to have because they're so reliable. Even to today's market, they're quite reliable. All right, guys, don't forget to give me a beautiful thumbs up. I always appreciate. Don't forget to click and subscribe. And comment below what you guys think about these cars. Do you like them? Do you find them attractive? Do you rather see not see many of them? All right, guys, take care of yourselves more than ever. And goodbye.